Welcome to Everything Irie TV UK Drummers Special Edition, and this is Season 1. On this podcast, we will be talking to drummers who have made an impact in gospel and secular. Some have played for world-renowned artists, some are even artists themselves. Today, my special guest has played for the likes of Corrine Bailey Rae, Professor Green. He's a Latin percussion teacher, a drum tutor. He also has his own group, a collective called Blue Revolutions. Please welcome my guest, Sam Blue, in the building. Yes.
Yes.
How are you doing, man?
I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Two people have mentioned your name, and I'm like, you know what? It's only right to have you. You are a legend. You have been doing this thing for a while. And, we've been had a close relationship for the last 3-4 years, man. And so it's only right to have you. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with me today, man. So I want to know about your journey. How did you get into drumming? How did you get into music? Are you coming from a musical family? Did someone play drums in your household? How did it all begin for you?
So for me, I've always liked drums from really young, from like maybe about 2 or 3. Yeah. And I don't want to show my age too much, but I was running those pots and pans to musical youth past the Dutchy from the left-hand side. I listened to that the other day as well. Yeah. That was me. I remember I had my berry to the side and all sorts going on over and everything running on the pots and pans. And then it wasn't until probably, I was doing music. My mom sang at church. Yeah. My pops played guitar at church. And then when my journey was like, I had a bit of steel pans in school. So I thought, cool. I liked the pans. And I saw the drums, I was like, okay, I want to do that. But I was too scared. I was like, I don't have to play this. I can't really get on there. But in age 8, my uncle was the drummer at church and he got his drum kit. And that was my first lesson in my nan's kitchen. Wow. Yeah. So it's the first time picking up actual sticks on a real kit. I was like, okay, my nan's kitchen was like long, probably clear, massive, yeah. And I kind of like naturally picked up playing like, the Beat 101, Billie Jean. Like,
oh yeah.
Billie Jean, yeah. Like instantly within a minute or two, it's like, okay, I like this.
So you're natural.
Yeah, so I kind of got there and with the mentoring from my uncle, and those ones when you're in church, you kind of like, so he was the guy. He's the main guy. And that's where I'm trying to vie for. So I used to get the little evening service squeeze, as a trial run. Yeah. Just me and the tambourines.
Why? All have to start from some.
Yeah. Always. Yeah. So that was the start of my journey, just to get that little squeeze at church.
So was there any local drummers that you looked up to, or was you looking for inspiration from like VHS tapes or?
So originally my inspiration was always my uncle, who first taught me.
Shout him out. What's his name?
So my uncle, who unfortunately passed away many years ago, but my original teacher was Jeffrey Skinner. My original teacher. I also got, with the church thing, we have like New Testament church board. So you had the district, so it was part of the district mentally and all that stuff. So I also learned from another drummer called Norman Johnson. His dad was the pastor of my church originally. Yeah. Johnny Jackson. He was like maybe just a year or 2 older than me. And he was at the Charlton branch. He was rocking young kid. I was like, okay, wicked. And then there was Junior Martin. And then later on, watching Nicky Brown on People Get Ready. Yes. Yeah. So like watching those guys.
Did you watch John Fisher as well? John Fisher's?
Not really. I didn't really know about John Fisher. I knew because I don't know. I was quite closed in my church circuit. Yeah. And then once I could play a little bit, I started listening to Jazz FM like after church on a Sunday, and that's where I discovered. Yeah, I know. But that's where I discovered Weckl.
Dave Weckl, yes.
Dave Weckl and like Chicory Electric Band, like at age 9 or 10. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is this is like
mind blowing.
yeah. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready.
Did you get into Dennis as well? Or?
I got into Dennis quite late, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't discover Dennis Chambers until college. Until college is when but
I got into Dennis a bit later, so I can't get like that.
no, I was grateful for it though, because that was inspirational. In fact, so when Dennis came into the scene for me, at college, we had a drum teacher who was all about Jack Diginet and Elvin, all of the jazzers. It's like, okay, so he gave us a VHS. Give us a VHS, and I went to college with Andrew McLean.
Yes, yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yes, he mentioned
So
yes.
we both got this same VHS, like loads of different drummers on there, and we saw. So okay, you got then Jack Diginet. Okay, cool. Buddy Rich, yeah, he's wicked. Yeah, vibe. And then, mind blown, see Dennis Chambers with John Schofield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andrew mentioned that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I could even just sing back the moment that changed my life.
That wasn't the Black Kids.
Yeah. And then that was amazing. And then when he had his solo, and he's on the double pedals, he's like,
and he's chewing the gum and everything.
Chewing the gum and everything, going crazy, and he slows it down. It's like, grabs his towel, and I was like,
showboating. But I loved it.
I like this. And the thing is, so imagine we got this tape on a Friday. You come back to college on Monday. Bro, did you see that? Dennis Chambers. Our drum teacher's there trying to get us to watch Jack Diginet and Elvin. You were into the Dennis. We're deep in there. So we was there practicing that same solo with the double.
With your instrument to practice it?
Yeah. We didn't have double pedals, but we had, it's like, one on the right foot and then the hi-hat on the other side.
I want to get into a quick story of how I came across you. So I was at home just randomly and came on the TV. It might have been the Jules Holland show, or it might have just been a random TV show. I just remember Corrine Bailey Rae being on TV, and I remembered your face. And I was like, okay, you got a distinctive face. I'm terrible with names. Yeah. I think that's a musician thing. We can have a full-blown 2-3 hour conversation, and it's, brother with the yellow hat, or Friday with the lot.
Yeah.
Cannot remember names for nothing. Yeah. Musicians, we need to pattern up with names. Yeah, we need to pattern up. Yeah. Or if it's just me, fair enough. And then I saw you for the first time in the flesh. It was the first London drum show. So not Drum Alive. Yeah, the first London drum show. Yeah, that was at Olympia. And I remember you coming in, and I can't lie, I was a little bit starstruck. I'm like, serious? Look, I'm like, that's the brother on TV. Now, remember, this is going, 10, 12 years ago? Yeah. So if you are on TV was a big thing at the time. Not so much now. Yeah. But TV was a big thing. Yeah. And so for me, personally, seeing someone that is from London, that is on TV, that is doing tours and gigs, that was a big inspiration for me. I know a lot of people was like, looking at American drum, but I don't live in America. I live here. Yeah. So for me, seeing someone that is from here doing the things that you were doing, that inspired me a lot. Now, what you got to remember is, I was in first year of college. So the people I had in college, Tones was in my class. He was just doing retro Tiny Tunkiatis. Jermaine was in my class. He wasn't doing Boy George. So a lot of the people around my age group weren't on the pop scene yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? This came a little bit later on. The only person who was close to age at that time, when I first saw you, was Ginger when he was doing VV Brown. Okay. So for me, seeing someone who's a little bit older than me, achieving something that I want to do was just very inspirational for me. So we had a little chit chat afterwards. I mean, took a picture. I'm not sure if I got the picture somewhere. We took a group picture, and you was with your two sons. Yeah, you were with your two sons, and I just remember how you were just so humble. And at that time, Corrine Bailey's at a peak. Like, you could have easily come in and be cocky, like, yo, I'm the guy. You're the guy. You know what I mean? But you're just so humble. You've always been a humble guy. So my question to you is, how did the Corrine Bailey Rae gig come? How did that come?
So, that came about from really, so at that kind of age, I wasn't really on the scene. I was was kind of had like one gig that I was doing, which was Dennis Rollins. That was like one gig I was doing regularly. Everything else was just whatever. But I used to hit the jam scene. But the main jam, so this is before I was going like Troy Bar, that stuff. I used to go to a jam in Balham called The Bedford. And there was a guitarist called Eric Apapule. He used to run that jam at the top of this pub. So it's just like, okay, went there, check it out, met some really cool people. And it's a really good jam, like just having like shakers and tambourines and stuff on it for people who are not playing, just to keep the vibe in the room going. So I met Eric there. I met a keyboard player called Alex Bennett, who was actually playing with Corrine Bailey Rae at the time. So she had a band. I was like, okay, cool. Hanging out with him. And then through him and also the MD at the time, who was Oro Angiama, I'd done one gig with them, like a little function thing. And then they let me know that there was a audition coming up. I was like, okay, cool. I'll go along. First audition I've ever done. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just, then the song was like, okay, cool. Just go there, play the song. Like, cool, see what happens. And then I was like, okay. So you get called back. I was like, oh, fantastic, call back. Meet a couple of people that I know. I was like, oh, are you going for it as well? I was like, oh, no, he's good, man. I don't even want to mention their names, but I was like, oh, man, he's good. Oh, well, I've got the experience. It's an experience to be here. So come back for the call back, go and play again. And this time I thought, okay, I've learned the song, but I'm going to add a little bit of me into this now. Yeah, a little bit of me into it. Just have some fun. And I can see the guys getting into it. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, we're in. So again, it's like, oh, thank you very much. Right, go about my business. Then I've got a rehearsal with the keyboard player later in the day. And he goes, so I went there before him. He come in. He goes, oh, Sam, you got the news? I was like, no, what? You got the gig, man. I was like, what? Oh, I'm like, wicked. Yeah. So I didn't even know at this time.
So was she at her peak at that time when you got it?
So when it was before she blew up. So literally, she was signed, but doing like the whole build up kind of thing. So we had so the first set of gigs I did was in West London, a little bar called the Cherry Jam. And we did 4 weeks there. On week number 3 was the first time she had gone to Jules Holland. And then that started the ball rolling on her career, like really snowballing. So I was in at the right time, just replacing someone else who was in the band, but wasn't quite right for it. So I came in. I was like, oh, okay, this is it.
Yeah, right time.
Yeah, right time for me. And it was a good time for me to quit my day job as well. I was like,
oh, where was you working?
I was working at Curry's, selling TVs, washing machines and all that. Oh, man, yeah. Everyone has their trials and tribulations, right?
So I've heard. So you went from that and did you do the Professor Green? Was the Professor Green gig straight after, a few years later?
No, there was a bit of a gap, So I did, while I was doing Corinne, I was still doing a bit of Dennis Rollins gig as well. So I'm in that jazz fusion kind of, jazz funk kind of world. And then I kind of got a bit too busy to that. So I was just really just doing Corinne for like 2 years solid. And then that album run was kind of done, finished with that, did a few like support tours, with like smaller artists. And then I got a gig with an artist called Julian Villard, who was like American, that signed here. I was like, oh, okay, cool, nice little vibe. Did that. And then he was about to do his solo headlines tour. I was like, oh, cool, this is nice. And that was the demise of BMI. It was like 2 weeks before his tour. It was like, yeah, they dropped. It was mad. Literally, they shelved everything. And I remember his manager at the time was like, he goes, I'm sorry, guys. I've had lots of people's different managers on the phone to me in tears. Like, bands have just recorded their album, haven't got their advance yet. And basically all the stuff is just being shelved. That was that was a mad time. So painful. Yeah. So for me, I was devastated. Of course I was devastated. I was like, man. So for me, I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? So I was just doing bits and pieces of work. And then there's probably maybe about six months or so. And then I got a call to audition for Professor Green.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, no, it was English again. Paloma Faith. Paloma Faith, yeah.
Because what I was going to ask you is, even with Paloma Faith, her style of music is a bit different from Corrine. Corrine is different here on Professor Green. So my question to you is, how important is it to be versatile? Because there might be some viewers watching and they just want to stay in, the pop scene, or they just want to do R&B. How important is it, if you're going to be a working drummer, how important is it to be versatile?
I think versatility is key, really. The thing is, it's not even about necessarily going and chasing the gigs in this jazz style and the pop style. Even if it's pop that you want to do, fine, but you should be well versed musically.
In everything.
Because then that changes your musical voice. Having the knowledge of reggae, funk, jazz, pop, Latin, all folk, all of that.
Because what I was telling my my drum tutor, Lee, had a conversation, and I was saying to him, when I came into St. Andrews, because he was my drum tutor at St. Andrews, it was a Christian school. So, of course, a lot of the players grew up playing in church.
Yeah.
But we had a gospel version of how to play music.
Yes.
So when it came to like Latin percussion, or when it came to like R&B, we knew a gospel version of gospel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But what he done, which I definitely rated, is that he made us be authentic. Wanted us to be authentic to the music and not play it like we do in church. Because we can blug away like, oh yeah, play church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can just do the typical thing, but it's not authentic.
Yeah.
But obviously one of the things that I did rate about him is that keep your style, keep your flair, just be authentic to the genres of music. You know what I mean? And that really helped a lot. And it's only 2 years later, I'm like, and especially with the situations, the scenarios that I get myself into playing different styles of music, I'm so appreciative of him drilling to me, learn the genres of music and be authentic. I think that's one thing that is key, is being authentic.
Because you know what it is? Because music is language, isn't it? Of course. So you don't necessarily have to go to Spain and speak Spanish. Some people there might speak French.
Yeah.
And if you've got a little bit of French under your bag, it's like, okay, cool, I can drop that there. And I think it's the same with music. Even if you're playing like a Latin, it doesn't mean you can't do a reggae feel in that song. And it also defines your sound, having more than one trick in your bag.
You have to see what works, you know?
Yeah.
See what works, see what don't work, you know?
It also gives you more freedom and creativity to be able to switch and place things, and having a broad knowledge of styles kind of opens your creativity, because you can dip in from different places at different times. Yeah.
There'll be times I'm just playing it straight groove, and then I'll just do like a reggae point, but just randomly, you know what I mean? And then you just see the crowd, what's going on here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely good to be versatile. So my question is, because you are someone that is very versatile, you probably got to be one of the most versatile drummers that I know. You play everything. If you had to pick one style to play for the rest of your life, you had to pick one, what would it be?
Oh man,
I know you play everything, son. I know you're very good at it. But if you had to pick one,
oh man, okay. Do you know what? It would have. I'm in between two. You know,
how is it?
I'm in between two. It would either be like on the side of the Latin, possibly, but I'm a big fan of groove, so funk is Latin funk.
I'm surprised you just said say fusion.
But I'm not, because the thing is, I'm not a hardcore like proper fusion player. I'm more on busy pocket bud is what I kind of describe my style as, like busy groove. It's like my style of drumming. So if I can have that in there,
It's a little bit.
yeah, I don't need to tear around the kit all day, but
You can do it though.
I could do a bit.
It's sample. Sample, man. So I was going to ask you, so how is reading important? Because you've done a couple of reading gigs. There might be people watching and saying, well, nowadays with a lot of the music, you've got the cue, use the clicks. Is reading really important? So for you, has reading been a benefit to you? For you personally, how important is reading?
For me, when I was younger, I didn't get into reading because I believed, like, as in my teenage mind, you only need to read if you're going to go and do theatre or orchestra. I don't want to do that. So no, I'm not reading.
I was the same.
I was like, I'm not.
All of us were, man.
Yeah. And then when my drum teacher tried to introduce it, I was like, okay, cool. He bring the book, whatever. And then he'd play it. But that was his mistake because he played it. I only need to hear it once. And I've got it. I'm looking at the page, but I don't know what's going on there, but I'm playing what I've heard already.
I used to do that. We had year 11 GCSE. It was me and Dwayne. We were doing a drum duo there, and he didn't read at all. Yeah, I mean, he was a self-taught drummer, but he got lessons around year 11 to prepare for our GCSE.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh yes, so can you play it?" And all we had to do was play it. And me and Dwayne looked at each other, was like, "Yeah, I could read a little bit, so I was helping out a little bit, but all we need to do, hear it once. That's it, bang, we got it. I mean, just blagging like we know what we're doing." Yeah.
But in my older state now, I'm like, I wish I did actually pay attention and do it earlier. Because it, just like the whole thing of rather than staying in one style, the breadth of knowledge, brings many opportunities.
Because the thing is, I got into doing grades. I was doing grades. And I was actually doing all right. But for me, I found it boring. So I said, can we not do it anymore? Can we just do something else? Because in my head, I'm like, well, I want to be... Okay. This is going to sound a bit silly now. But at that time, what I wanted to do was like play gospel. And so I'm there thinking, oh, maybe one day I can make a living playing gospel.
Yeah.
Is it? You know what I mean? Because at that time, to be fair, gospel was kind of at its peak, you know what I mean? You had Bibles, you know what I mean? You had, you know what I mean? The gospel scene was kicking. So I'm like, all I want to do is play gospel. I'm reading. What am I reading for? I don't play this in church. Like, I'm not going to be reading a chart in church. So I said, nah, forget it. And it was only until after college, and I said, okay, I want to go to drum tech. I said the name. I don't know. So to read music, I was like, I can play different styles of music now, but we want to get into reading a little. Got into it a little bit, but everyone in my class could read. So the teacher was quite, was a bit advanced for me. It was just, so when they were when they were reading like the rudiments of the charts, obviously I'm going by my hearing. As you can see, I've got this lovely t-shirt here, as well as others. Tracksuit, jumpers, t-shirts, you name it. If you want to get yours, just go to www.kingsimagedesigns.co.uk. And if you want a discount, just type Everything Irie for a discount. Walk in love, walk in grace, walk in fashion. Peace. Some of the teachers clocked.
Yeah.
But it was a bit too advanced for me. And obviously he didn't want to break it down all the way too much because it would slow down everyone else in the class, you know what I mean? And then my mum picked up this book from Poundland, bro. And I don't know, I got it for Christmas, of all the musical notes.
Yeah.
That made so much sense. When I came back, I was fine. But I was like, what was this book? Bro, I'm still playing. It's a purple book. And I was like, why didn't he? Because thing is, I totally forgot some of the reading stuff from when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
But when I was at drum tech, it was too advanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only till I got that book and I'm like, that's what this note is.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to explain all of that, you know what I mean? And it made so much sense. Yeah. But I've been a bit lazy with my reading. I need to get back here to reading this time.
To be fair, like reading now is what's keeping me kind of going, to be fair. So so now I used to say I'm not teaching, I don't want to teach. So, and then now I was like, man, it was a hard year in 2016 to get back in it. Yeah. So they want those grades pushing. So yeah, even though I'd never done grades. I've never done any grades. Haven't done grades? No, but I'm teaching grades. Oh yeah. Although it's a weird, you just need to be a step ahead of your students. That's it. You need to be a step ahead of your students. So I can read enough to be ahead of my students that I have now. Yeah. So I don't even know what grade I am, but I can get mine from Wicker Girl. I'm not that guy that you just put that book in front of me and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm off. I'm not quite there, but I'm aiming to go in that direction there. Yeah. Because I'm doing theatre now. So
you doing the Tina?
Doing Tina the musical, yeah. Like as a debt. Yeah. And I remember my first show. Like I got the music. I was like, yes, I got the music. I got the charts in advance. Like, so I had time to like, look, I'm looking through. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. And I was like, I'm making my little notes for stuff I might not be able to read at the time. So I'm like, yeah, right. That.
So through it, yeah.
I had that all on my iPad. Get there. It's like, okay, show number 1. First ever. It's my first ever theatre, and I'm West End. You know, I'm like, what? I landed on your feet in it, son. Landed on my feet. I was like, okay, so show 1. Right, let me reach down in my bag. It's my iPad. No, where is my iPad? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to actually read this for real. So I'm there looking at these pages. And you know, it's just like doing this in your eyes.
Yeah.
Because you're scared.
Oh my.
I'm like, cool, well, we're here now, innit? We got to do this.
Oh, I need to head the rest. What happened to bro? What?
So I'm like, man, okay, so lights are down, okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's really simple. All I'm doing is 8 on my hat and 4 on the floor, but I'm sweating to do that because I'm looking at the page. When do I stop doing that and do something else? I'm just looking at like, okay, what? Okay, we've got some toms in there. Okay, cool. Okay, song number 1 done. We're nice. Now we're in. And I remember there's one song that I thought it was not written greatly. And it was like, I was either 12 or 13 over 8 or something like that for this end of this section. I'm like, do you know what? I'm just going to play this the same way. I'm going to play that, I swear. I'm going to play this the same way and end at the right time and we'll get through this. I was like, okay, cool. We got through Act 1. I was like, okay, cool. It's not too bad. Act 2. And there's a couple of corners that catch you and you're like, and there's near the end of the show, there's like a big tempo change that if you don't know it, it will expose you. And this is one you just have to learn as well, because that one's not even on the sheets. That one's, you have to...
Oh, you have to learn it.
You have to have done your homework, because you just got this quick tempo change. And he's doing a tempo change count over your time, and you're like... So everyone else in the band has had months of rehearsals, been doing the show for... You're just adept. I'm just adept. The thing is, the level of theatre though, when you go in, you've got to be as good as the guy that sits in that seat every night. Because otherwise you're getting your notes. Right? And you know those ones, when you feel like, and it's like, okay, cool. Oh, that was all right, But you just see the MD on the camera just going, and that's, okay. It's like, there's James Brown.
Yeah. Why is getting fired?
Yeah. So I was like, oh man. So I got my notes and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna study this tonight because I'm on tomorrow. So I studied. I was like, okay, nice. In for show 2. I was like, cool. I've got my iPad with my notes. I've got the notes from the MD.
Yeah.
Wicked. I was like, yeah, that was a much better show. And my man had more notes. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here, Sam? Are you really that bad? But
what did the note say? Was it like...
It was like very minute stuff. It's like, if you could just, like, on bar 57, you know, just ease it back a little bit, you know, just with the flow. Like, you know, when they're talking in not even musical terms, like, if you could just feather it and all these kind of
extra.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. And then I've done a few now, and basically this was the only guy that was having a lot to say. Everyone else was kind of like, yeah, we did the work, did the show, Sam. I was like, okay, I took a breather. I was kind of like disappeared for a little bit. Yeah. I disappeared for a little bit. Came back like maybe a year or so later. I hadn't even looked at I was like, I hadn't even looked at the charts or anything.
You didn't even look at the charts?
No. I just like, yeah, maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So I was disheartened. I was really disheartened from that. And then I got a call back, and Pete Lewinson, who's the guy. He's the guy, yeah. He's like, yeah, MD's not here. He's on UMD. UMD is really nice. Come in. I was like, okay, cool. I'll come and sit in, watch the show. Cool. Back in, I got motivation to read again.
Oh, so you watched the show? I
watched the show with Pete playing.
Yeah.
Got back into the reading things. Like, okay, cool. Come in. I was like, oh yeah, cool. And I felt more comfortable because
less pressure.
Less pressure, because obviously I've done the show before, but I've got a bit of backing behind me now. And by that time the show had changed slightly, so there's some new numbers in there that I hadn't seen before.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm still kind of learning and watching my notes. Plus I've got cues to come on and off stage, costume change and all sorts going on.
You had to do costume change?
Yeah.
Oh, so he wasn't on the side or
pit. So for that, I'm in the pit, and then there's scenes with bands where you go out and
of course.
Yeah, of course. So live on stage. Yeah,
it's pressure, because I remember when I was teaching at Oasis, and they were planning to do a musical with the students here, and the music teacher goes to me, "Oh, we're gonna do Queen, We Will Rock You," and the musical. And so he goes, yeah, well, you could read, you teach the students all the time here. So yeah, big sheet of music. Goes, yeah, you'll be fine with this. And I'm like, yeah, certainly. When he left the room, I was like, oh my, I got myself into it. So, you know what I did? That day, I went on YouTube. I'm listening to the whole Queen concert was it live at Wembley? Top to bottom.
Wow.
And the thing is, the reason why I've done that is I want to be authentic as well. So anyway, it came to the show day. And let's just say, I done my part, but others, who I'm there thinking, oh my gosh, you're definitely an experienced, reader. Nah. Oh wow. So when I realized, okay, they're flopping and they're getting it wrong, I said, you know what, bun this chart, I'm just gonna play it. Because things so I don't know, you're floppy, the MD, he's flopping. So I said, what am I throwing the chart for? And the thing is, no complaints.
Yeah.
But what I did is, obviously, I remembered, because I watched it more than once, from head to bottom. Like, concert was nearly, 2 hours long? Or something? Top to bottom, I watched it a few times.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do is play authentically. Again, I didn't want to play rock like I'm at Hillsong.
Yeah.
I want to play rock like, what's John?
Like John
Taylor? No, the guy who plays for Queen. Simon Taylor. Yeah, the drummer for Queen. Yeah. I want to play like him. So if you are hearing, you're going to think that I'm blonde and got, you know what I mean? You already think I'm English, you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm a black dude from Croydon. You could just play rock good. You know what I mean? So, but that was an experience.
But you know what? Sometimes being thrown in the deep end, sometimes you need that, because I've had it twice. The time before Tina was doing Lalah Hathaway, and I had my notes. I had my notes, and I'm playing with big man like Eric Smith, whose regular gig is Janet Jackson and Rihanna.
Drummer.
No, Eric Smith bass.
Oh,
so yeah. So he's all over it. He's all over it. And I got called in, like, is that okay? Cool. Got to learn these songs. Cool. Great band. Really, really good time. And I was like, cool. I've got all my notes. Yeah, lovely. So come to sound check now. Cool. Oh, we don't need minutes for sound check. Cool. I'll just get out in the sound check. Let's get my notes out for the gig. So I'm ready to go. So this is Gig 1, Jazz Cafe, London, with Lalah Hathaway, the great Lalah Hathaway. I'm like, man.
Did you have time to...
I didn't know, though, between soundcheck and gig is not that long.
So it was no opening act or anything?
No, just running. Yeah, so... Well, it was cool. It was cool because another thing that I learned this when I was giving a talk to my old college. A good way to remember things is to write it down. Once you've written it down, it's two ways in your system, because you've seen it, you've written it down, and you've remembered it, and if you've heard it as well, there's 3 ways for you to remember something. So if you've done all 3, that's a good way to remember it. Yeah. So I feel like I was like visualizing my notes as I was playing, to the parts when I'm thinking, okay, what happens next? I'm going to, So I was literally visualizing my notes as I was going through the show.
That is so clever, because what I was going to ask you, what has been the most challenging gig you've done?
Challenging gig.
And how did you overcome it?
The most challenging gig was
This sounds like a challenge.
was not that long ago. It was, in fact, it was last year, November.
I remember the month as well.
Yeah. No, it's serious, because we got told in maybe like September. It's like, gonna come over to Thailand. Play with this artist. He's a prince. He's like part of the royal team. And like, he's like, cool, okay, wicked.
Oh yeah, you tell me about it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it'll be cool, man. It's like, yeah, cool. I'm waiting for these songs to come. Okay. Oh, yeah, cool. All right, cool. Let's go through it. But by the time the songs have come, I'm in a busy period now, so I haven't really got loads of time to get in depth. So I'm like, I know I have to write this down, otherwise it's not gonna stick. And the list kept getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, what's going on? Now, all of a sudden, we're in October and like a couple of weeks away from going to Thailand. And I've got 30 original songs that
Is it original songs? It's not even a function song.
No, of 30 original songs that I've never heard before in my life that I need to know and play to a boxing arena.
Who was the artist? It was an artist from Thailand.
Yeah, his name's Hugo. But he's part of the Thai royalty thing, but he's also an artist.
30 songs?
Yeah, when I saw that, and then this is with Luke Smith, Mikey Brown, and Clinton. I was like, man. So he was like, this is not for boys. So we had to run those rehearsals before we had the rehearsals, because once we're there, that's the real deal. That's not homework time. That's go.
Why did they send it so late? What happened?
It's deciding the set. It was deciding the set list. Artists have freedom to choose the songs and what's right, what they want for this particular thing.
Was that the first time he's worked with you?
Yes, this is the first time we've worked with him.
The trust is real, man.
Yeah,
because fair enough, if he's worked with you guys before, it'd be like, oh yeah, I trust them. And I said,
we've been to Thailand before as a unit. So we kind of had a bit of a reputation, and we're on the good word of a good friend.
Yeah.
And he'd seen our CDs and our work. He has what he'd done. So he knew it's not child's play. That's coming in. It's real deal stuff. But that was a real challenge, because I was like, because now I'm thinking it's not only learning songs. I've got to do some programming as well.
Yes, programmers.
Yeah, we'll put in some, but no trap. We didn't like trap. We didn't want trap. There was a couple of, and because it was basically Hugo and friends, so we had different artists joining him. So
he had to learn
features as well. Features, and some of it was like hip hop, like so you got your little trap drums and all this kind of stuff, patterns, and then go from that to like proper, like gentle swing, like gentle jazz.
It was a very versatile artist.
Yeah. So it was like, man, that was the real challenge, because even when we got there, we came straight off the plane, straight to the studio.
And get a little rest.
No. Straight to the studio, set up our gears, make sure the gears is what we need. So I'm like setting up kit, tuning, cool, pads, putting in my memory card, because I've programmed some at home. As I put it in, it's like, okay, cool. I'm taking this unit back to the hotel because I've got some more things to program. Yeah. So that one was real, and we got through it. And there was always the little trials and tribulations in there as well. Like, okay, this isn't working, that isn't working, can't hear this, can't be there, whatever. But we got there and the show was running.
Was he a picky artist? Was he one of those ones where you can kind of blag your way and you won't know it?
He's not really one of those, because he's a musician as well, so he plays as well. So he knows.
See from that's a pressure.
Yeah. So you have to
come correct.
Yeah, come correct, and with your wealth of experience in different scenarios and
especially because it's your first time working with him. And he's a royalty. Yeah, exactly. That is crazy. So do you prefer playing live or studio?
I'm definitely a live man. Yeah, 100%. I can do the studio thing, but I really enjoy it live. Because I find it's a different what you call it?
If you are looking for a dynamic duo, quartet, or a full live band for your event, or if you are an artist and need musicians, then please contact us on www.musiciansforyou.co.uk.
Yeah, Brooklyn. And I feel like I'm quite free-spirited as a player. And you can't always be as free-spirited in the studio. Some people can, but I find I tend to be like serious when I go in. Okay, cool. And I don't want to get this wrong. I know you can chop and put it in, but I don't want to be that guy. I want to be able to just do the take. Cool, good. Next song, and let's go on. That's how I want to be. I want to be a Ted Campbell.
Yes,
I want to be a Ted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear that. Because I'm a bit of both. Because at one point, I would say maybe earlier this year, I was like, I definitely want to do more studio stuff. Because I want years later, after I'm gone, like people know, that's me playing, you know what I mean? And I think I've got my own style now, how I play. So I want when people hear, they're like, that's definitely how you know what I mean? Kind of leave a legacy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I love playing live. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's something about it though, isn't it?
Yeah. When you just spice up the crowd.
Do you know what I said? I think it's an energy thing between people that you can't get it on a live recording, because I found live recordings and I've really enjoyed how that's turned out. Studio, you can get a vibe in the studio, depends on the setting, I guess, of the studio.
Yeah, and who you're playing with as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Definitely. So, what's one advice that you've got that has helped you in your career?
So knowing when I went into pop world, I was kind of I just gone into it, so I didn't really know much about it going it. But knowing that this is not the be all and end all, and you should always have not necessarily have a backup, but you should always be working on something that makes you happy. Yeah. Because you can. It's great playing with artists, and you can go ahead and do that and live out your dreams doing that. But I feel you're always going to be maybe missing something if it's not something that you're fully creating yourself. Not necessarily it's your project, but if it's a project that you're doing with friends or someone that just you want to that you'll actually have a creative input, not just doing what was.
That's what I've been championing. I'm saying that it's good to play drums, but have something else. And what's your hobby? What do you like to do?
Do you know what? I'll go through phases of projects, you know. So sometimes it's music related, sometimes not. I'll get into my current phase is actually drum related, but it's getting into electronic drums and that kind of world. And just, I keep threatening everyone that I'm going to come to a gig with only a set of sticks and a laptop.
No, but they've got those drums.
Yeah, I've got them.
Oh, you got it?
I got it.
What's it saying though? What's it really?
Do you know what? The only thing that's drawing it back is the whole lighting element. If you've got the right lighting, if you've got the right lighting and the dark background, you can run.
So what's the lighting got to do with it?
So it's the reflection of your feet on the sticks. Yeah. But that one, I don't know if you want to drop the brand on it or not. No. But
pay me.
But aero drums.
Yeah.
Aero drums. I bought that on a whim. I thought, this can't be real. But I can't remember his name. Gregor Borelli or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him playing it. I was like, no, this is real. So I was like, okay, I bought it cheaply off eBay. Like, do you know what? This is actually all right, you know? And then because you can hook this up to your VST.
Laptop. Yeah.
You can get the sounds and everything in there.
So like drum show. And I tried it. And okay.
But the aero drum one.
I'm not sure if it was aero drum.
It must have been another one. Because there's a couple of.
But this was years ago.
Yeah.
This might have been the second or third drum show.
Oh, no, that's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, no. Look, aero drums, bring out number 2, man, so we can sort out that whole lighting issue. Yeah, then I'm in. Sam Blue is.
I know you would bring it as well. You would bring it to Box Park.
100%.
You would
100%. I am the guy.
You would do it.
I'm a rebel, you know.
Take the risk.
I'm a rebel. Tell me not to do it, I'm going to do it.
And you wouldn't even bring a backup?
No backup. Just run it straight.
You wouldn't even keep a kit in your car? Just
No.
No, son, you're dangerous, man.
I'll have garage band, innit? The keyboard on there, if need be, man.
No, I done a wedding, yeah. I won't say who it was. But the bass stopped working just before we were about to go on. He used his garage band and played the bass on garage band.
Wow.
I tell you no lie, he was the man of the match.
Serious?
I was like, and the thing is, Kate was coming up to him and was like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? It was so amazing. Like, because they didn't know what he was doing. He was playing the synth bass on his phone.
What?
And he was man of the match. You know what? I'm going to say his name. Courtney, you're the guy. Shut up. Yes. Yeah. So it can run.
Yeah. It definitely can run, man.
So how did you come up with your group, your collective Blues Revolution? How did that all come about?
So Blue Revolution came out basically through working with Shayana. I've known Shayana for many years through Kinetic Blocker, the Sambo drum thing that I do. So we've known each other for years. I was teaching her drums. Then I was like, oh, she can sing. So okay, cool. So I did a couple of shows with her, doing her own thing. And then I was like, okay, do you know what we should do? We should actually work together a bit more. And then I brought her into a jam session that we used to run in West London. Like, cool, yeah, cool, whatever. Still on one in it. And then Box Park opened. It's like, do you know what? This would be a good place to run it, you know? Yeah, so it's like, okay, what should we do? We had a little meeting. It's like, came together. I said, okay, cool. What we're going to do, we're going to approach them, but we need to have our things together in it, name and whatever. So, and Blue Revolution actually is a cross between mine and Shayana's name. So, Sam Blue, Revolution, because Shayana's name means revolution of the body. Yeah. So that's why we're Blue Revolutions.
That is clever.
Yeah. So that's where the name come up. And then Groove Kitchen, the night at Box Park, is basically like the home ground of where it all started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout it out, man.
So Blue Revolutions were collective, and we can do your weddings, we can do your bar mitzvahs, we can play your funeral, christenings, but we're all there. But we also run a jam night at Box Park every third Wednesday of the month. Box Park in Croydon, 8 till 10. Come and bring your vibes, and we'll work with you and make it to it.
Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. Right. So we have come to a special segment, the Irie segment. All right. All right. So I want you to name 5 CDs or DVDs that has greatly impacted your life. One of them has to be drum related. The rest, it don't have to be.
Okay. One is that VCR from my drum teacher that featured Dennis Chambers. Yep. On there. That was a big turnaround in my life. Yeah, that was like, okay, cool. That's where I need to be. I'm going to shout out a film, Falling Down, with, is it Michael Douglas? It's an ordinary man. He's stuck in traffic. He's just trying to get to see his kid. And he's stuck. Now he just turned. Now he's just vexed now. He just wants to get to his kid. And anyone who gets in his way, he's going to have to deal with it. But it's slightly, yeah, it's a mad story, but it's a good film. Really enjoy that. I'm going to say you can't really top Terminator 2. Because that's a bit serious. Yeah. I'm going to say,
What CDs? What musical CDs? Or CDs or DVDs?
There was the Gospel Drummers Bible. Actually, Drummers Bible, which was...
Drummers Bible?
Yeah. This was...
Go on.
Jill Scott. Live. That was the Drummers Bible when that came out.
Yeah.
If you did not know those arrangements, you need to get back through it and learn it properly. Yes, that was, and I got to actually see that kind of arrangement live at Shepherd's Bush. Oh. That was crazy. Yeah, just seeing Thaddeus like there and like doing the shuffle while he's playing. I'm like, man. And also that's where I first saw Donovan Hepburn play. He would play with some not that great support band. But I was like, this drummer's killing.
It's solid.
It was killing, yeah, from back in the day. One more. Okay. Do you know what? A big thing for me is actually connected to Blocko, which is Carnival Arts Company. So I came in not knowing anything about samba drums at all, but I was recommended because they wanted to do funk on the samba drums. So I came in, shadowed the MD, Matt Fox. He showed me names, what their uses is. I was like, okay, cool. I'm watching him for day 1. It's like, cool, lovely. Day 2, shadowing. Yeah. So that does that. Cool. Day 3, come in. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go and work with the boss. So yeah, this is you now. Room full of young people waiting to learn.
Because I had Benjamin.
Yeah. Yeah. When he's looking like a young MJ. Yeah. So I remember coming in and I was like, wow, I need to, right, so, fuck, yes, what am I going to do? So I was like, okay, everyone to this room had a drum kit in there. So I learned how to arrange the samba drums, by the kit. So I went in, made a funk groove. I was like, cool, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, we're going to do this. All right, let's go back in the big room, put it together. Yeah, that works. So that was my original formula. And now Connecticut Blocko is like a major part of my life. I've missed one summer school since 2004. I missed 2006. Wow. Because I had to go on tour with Corrine. That's the only tour clash that I allowed because it was bread and butter.
You're really passionate about it.
Yeah, so I was like film director from 2004 until about 3 years ago. And now I'm become the musical director for it. So, and what I love about this whole project is it's a belief system that I have in growing the next generation up to basically take over what I do. Yeah. So my role has been taken over now by someone who's come up through the ranks. Yeah. And that's what I want to see for many more in different things. And because it's quite versatile, there's lots of different sections for them to go to. So when it used to be like, oh, you left the drums, traitor, man. Do that. Let them spread their wings. I'm all about stuff. Yeah, but all about people being able to do different things. That's why I don't play drums at church anymore. I'm on the media team because I want to learn. So other stuff, yeah. So I learned cameras and then syncing. I'm going to move over to the sound desk soon. Right?
Yeah, I think as a musician, it's good to try different lots of different. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, what's your go-to gear? So you've got a massive gig. What is your go-to gear?
If we're on a serious level, I'm gonna go back to the loft and unretire. When I say unretire from my house, it's using my house, but the Yamaha recording custom.
That's where the main one.
Yeah. 20th anniversary. That's good. Yeah, because that has the sound. That has that. So my Yamaha, unfortunately, it was a 7-piece, but I've lost the pump. So
He's lost it.
I know it's now a 6-piece. It's sad.
Lose your iPad, you lose your notes, you lose a ton.
I know, but the kit with if it's a big place, I'm drawing for the Elvin Jones 14x7 gold sparkle with the wood hoops.
Have you bought that to Box Park?
Maybe in the early days. I don't remember you with a codes. That was my last big drum purchase before I got endorsed.
Oh,
I was playing every show you can imagine with Corrine Bailey Rae.
Yeah.
Like in UK and US. I was like, oh man, yeah. So I want to buy this snare. I've been recommended, can I get a discount? No. I paid full price for that snare drum.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, because it's killing. Yeah, so that would be my go-to. And then my Oak Custom 14x6.5 for my deep snare.
Yeah.
Because Daddy Dave is another hero.
Yeah.
Unbelievable groove and crazy creativity. Crazy. So I use that as my deep snare / floor tom.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
Yeah. What about cymbals?
Cymbals. I'm still a Siljan guy, you know. So currently I'm on quick beats for my hats. I do miss my 14-inch master sounds though, Canes. Those were beautiful.
I do like a hi-hat, so perfect.
Yeah, and sometimes I mix it up with a bit of Ahmed.
Oh, okay.
As well.
But you mainly K's.
K's is with me. K.
Yeah.
Yeah, K custom. Yeah. Yeah, and with the ride and everything. Yeah, K's is my
your thing.
Yeah, I'm happy. Nice and warm there, and then Heads Evans. I did a little turnaround in the tour. I used to be Remo when that's all I knew. Yeah, I was like, okay, I did one tour. I had a tour. I was like, oh, you're paying to reskin this. This is a perfect opportunity for me to experiment. It's like, why not? So I put on EC2s on my Oak Custom. Yeah. And I didn't like the kit before that. I didn't really like the Oak Custom. And I put the EC2s on and I was like, it's the heads. This is it. It was great. Yeah. So EC2s, frosted EC2 on my deep snare. It's a secret.
Yes. I've tried that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a nice tone out.
What sticks you use?
ProMark. My go-to is like Acid Jazz or Marco Minimans. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, just I like my ProMarks, and they were my first endorsement actually, my first one.
Oh, yeah.
And they reached out to me from the States. So my deal was actually American.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
that's decent.
Yeah, so literally, I remember getting reached out to from there. I was like, okay, they saw me playing with Corrine Bailey Rae Austin City Linux. And the head of Promark at the time was a massive fan. And he said to the A&R guy, run that back.
Wow.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We've come to a special part of the show. Right. Viewers and people watching, it is just a game. All right. Drummers, if you're playing for any of these artists, you're doing a good job. It is just a game. All right. So I've got a list of artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the only rule of this game is you have to pick a UK drummer. Now,
Okay.
if I pick an artist and they're from the UK and it just so happens to be a UK drummer and you want to keep them on there, that's absolutely fine. Okay, yeah? All right, so I've got a whole heap of artists, all right? Yeah?
All right.
But you have to pick a UK drummer. That's the only, all right? We're going to do 4, all right? Okay? All right, so who is going to play for UK drummer for Genuine? UK drummer. Who is playing for Genuine?
Oh.
UK drummer over.
Who is that? All right, let me think.
Genuine, the one who sings.
No, I know the song.
Oh, I was about to say.
I'm thinking who's the guy for that gig?
Could with that gig be more like pocket play? Yeah.
Can I get an advance on the others? So, oh no.
UK drummer, man.
All right. So genuine, that would be. Oh.
Who's got that pocket, man? Can you compare that R&B? You can make it feel good.
If it's really pocket, my favorite pocket UK drummer is actually Isaac. I love his pocket.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, because he's absolutely solid. Yeah, absolutely solid. Yeah.
Next one, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton, UK drummer. Who's playing for Dolly Parton? Like a 9 to 5. Who's playing that?
That I will give that to someone I know is very versatile and has been on loads of stuff. And I think we'll do a great job on that. I'll show them.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. All right. 2 more.
Yeah.
Britney Spears. What UK drummer is playing for Britney Spears? Oops, I did it again. Who's playing that? UK drummer.
Do you know what? If we're going on the arrangements that I know, that I've seen live, I actually think the way he's acted might be good to that, you know?
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
All right, we've got one more. All right, one more. Okay. What UK drummer is going to play for Celine Dion?
Celine Dion.
Who's playing them ballads? Do you know what?
That's harder. And depending on the pay packet, I might even take it.
You voting yourself? Why not? Why not? But why not?
Oh, wait, depending on the pay packet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good choice. But how can people find you, man? How can people find you?
Well, I'm about slightly. So you can find me through Blue Revolutions on Instagram. You can find me Sam Blue Agard on Instagram. Sam Blue Drums @gmail.com if you need to get me for some work. If you search Sam Blue at work on YouTube, you'll see some of the work that I've done over a few years. Yeah.
Again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Guys, it has been a good conversation. I've learned a lot. So please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please go and do that. And I will see you on the next episode. Peace.